2026 Development Authority meeting. Do we have a quorum? I see Kim, I see Nathan, I see Phyllis, myself, recent September. We're missing Dana. Dana. Vice chair's missing.
No, we don't quite yet have a quorum. It's almost. Who is CS?
Probably.
Resident.
Who? Stacy, I don't see Stacy.
I think the person who was saying CS was trying to say who they were,
Okay.
but they need to identify themselves.
Hi, I'm just a resident. I received a notice about the meeting, so to
Okay.
join.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, thanks. We're just trying to do a count. Thank you.
Isaac, can you send me your, can you text me?
Yes. And just FYI, I have our associate on, just, her name is David Douglas. She's on,
Okay.
but I will text you.
Sorry, Isaac, I came off and back in.
Oh, no
But hello,
problem.
everyone. I'm David Douglas.
Just wanted to introduce her today, just so you all saw her.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
Quorum is met whenever you're ready, James.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's 6:03. Welcome everyone to our July 13th, 2026 South Fulton Development Authority meeting. This is a virtual meeting. Start with a roll call. District 1. District 2.
Dana Tucker Davis, District 2.
District 3.
Kimberly Mays, District 3.
I'm District 4, James Reese, Chair. District 5. District 6.
Good evening, Phyllis Mentor, District 6.
District 7.
Good evening, September Cooper, District 7.
Position 8.
Nathan Lewis, Treasurer, present.
And position 9. We have a quorum. Has everyone had a chance to look at the meeting minutes? Any additions, deletions of the minutes, previous meeting minutes? I'm sorry, deletion or excuse me, deletion or additions to this agenda. My apologies. I think the only thing I saw that we possibly want to table is under new business, the restructuring and the community benefits agreement. That's something that we may want to meet in person about. So we may want to table that.
James, we do need to look at our next meeting date, which is Tuesday, August 4th, which is also the same date as National Night Out. So we may need to do some adjustment with that as well.
Okay, we'll add that to new business.
Okay.
So add that to new business, next meeting date, to adjust that meeting date. Can I get approval to approve the minutes with the change of the new business, with the addition of National Night Out date, as well as tabling those two items under reviewing our restructuring and the community benefits agreement? Can I get a motion to approve those?
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the agenda with the announced change of adding new business for National Night Out meeting.
The second,
I second.
all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? That passes. Now get approval of the previous meeting agenda from May 5th. Are there any additional changes to that meeting agenda? Hearing none, can I get approval for the previous agenda meeting for May 5th? I choose get a motion to approve that.
I'll motion to approve the meeting from May 5th.
Get a second?
I second.
All in favor say aye, or raise your
Aye.
hand.
Aye.
Easier for everybody to raise their hand and just say aye, which is easier. I mean, the little, yeah, that's fine.
Does
Okay.
everybody know how to raise their hand?
Everybody turn the camera on or use a little signal to raise your hand. That's perfect. Okay. We've got approval for the agenda, the minutes from the previous meeting. Now we move to citizen comment. Do we have a citizen who wants to make a comment? You're limited to 2 minutes. Do we have any citizens who would like to make a comment? We don't have a citizen make a comment, so we'll move to our next item with the economic development update. Teresa?
Before we move there, Mr.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chairman,
It's the
I have a
chairman.
question.
My bad. Chairman's report. That's on me. That was my
So
decision.
before you do that, I just wanted to ask a question though. Are we going to be, do you want us on camera or not on camera?
I prefer everybody be on camera. We just raise your hand. That way we don't have to keep asking everybody to unmute to say aye. Just makes it a lot easier that way.
So you want us to come on camera? I want everybody to be on camera.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. For the chair's report, last month I was invited by Mayor Carmelita Gumbs to attend the tour of Toyota Material Systems, aka Atlanta Forklift, on Fulton Industrial on Plummer Road. Mayor Gumbs, the Consul General of Japan in Atlanta, Kenichi Matsuda, and members of the Japanese delegation, the state representatives, and Kwanzaa Hall with Select Fulton, Gil Prado with Fulton Industrial, CID, and others attended the tour. I think we got a photograph of that. If Teresa, I can bring up that photograph, see everybody who attended. I can't remember everybody's name out of hand.
Is that
But-
there? Can you please share the photograph?
Share this photo. We toured the Toyota facility on Plummer Road. It's a forklift facility. They're one of 3 maintenance facilities for Toyota Material Systems in Georgia. And we reconvened at City Hall, and Brett met briefly with Consul General Matsuda for introductions and highlighting collaboration opportunities for economic development for the city. And as you can see there on the photograph, there you can see everyone who attended. Front rows, Gil Prado, Kwanzaa Hall, Consul General Matsuda, Mayor, Ms. Bazemore, and the lady there, I can't remember her name. I apologize. I don't remember her name.
Carmelita.
Not Carmelita Gumbs. I'm saying one. No, her name's Carmelita also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, apologies. And then second row was myself, state rep. I can't remember his name. Representative Kemp, Ms. Hooks, used to be Hooks. I can't remember. Kathy Brown, I think is now. Representatives from the airport, Aerotropolis. If that's anybody got any questions? Seeing none, that's the end of my report. Move to the next item, which is the economic development update.
Good evening, authority members. I will begin the June update for the Department of Economic Development. Next slide, please. Next slide. We have a new Econ Dev team member, Ms. Adrienne Eccles. She is actually an internal team member. She comes from the Department of Community Development and Regulatory Affairs. In that office, she was previously, her position was a planner, and she's coming into our team as the special projects manager. She leads strategic initiatives for districts. I'm sorry. She leads strategic initiatives for District 2 and 4 business growth and community partnerships. She has led initiatives already through CDRA with the Atlanta Regional Commission and Habitat for Humanity. And we're just really excited about, she's passionate about community collaboration and strengthening our community. Of course, we're very thrilled to have Adriana. We all will meet her definitely in person in the August meeting. She's already hit the ground running with initiatives. So just really thrilled to have our newest team member. Next slide. We've had a grand opening, another UPS store actually in Cascade, 3695 Cascade Road, Suite 300. On June the 11th, we had the city of South Fulton to celebrate the opening at the Cascade Shopping Center. This is a minority and woman-owned. Suma Kapoor is the owner. She is the lady in the red dress, as you can see in the photos. District 1 representatives. We was also happy to have an ambassador and special guest, Andrew Young, to attend that ribbon cutting opening. So again, celebrating new business in the city of South Fulton. Next slide. Big Mama's Breakfast in Red Oak District is still blazing the trail with new openings. And so Big Mama's Breakfast just opened last month. We were able to have a great breakfast prepared for us. The owner is Dayton. He is familiar to the Red Oak community. He grew up in the Red Oak community, very invested in just bringing this restaurant. If anybody remembers the location, it is in the old bank building where the Wayfield Plaza is. So that building has been vacant as long as I've been serving the city of South Fulton. So to have a business to invest in that particular location was a huge win for the Red Oak District. So we were really excited that we are supporting that ribbon cutting and grand opening. It offers a sit-down experience, also a takeout. It, of course, has been highly anticipated. There was over 100 attendees at that ribbon cutting. So kudos to Trevor and the Red Oak District for recruiting and, just bringing this business support to fruition with opening. So if you have not had the chance to stop by for that great breakfast, I think Trevor surprised us on Friday with salmon croquettes from Big Mama's Breakfast. That was very delicious from what I've heard from the staff, but they have a wonderful menu to serve our community. And again, that's 3395 Roosevelt Highway. Next slide. We also attended Contractor Closers and Connections, our CCC Economic Development Brunch. This is the 4th annual brunch. It's a event that brings about economic development organizations throughout, the state of Georgia, not just Atlanta metro area. We had great representation. Our booth this year, Mayor Gomes accompanied us and supported our networking experience. We also collaborated with CDRA, our planning and zoning department. This year particularly, we added, due to the response last year when we attended, there were a lot of questions that was assorted and directed to our planning and development process. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we had someone that could be a little bit more hands-on and collaborate with our department to answer questions and navigate them to the right areas as far as licensings and permits and other development services when it comes to not being bottleneck in the development process. So with this event, there's always over 300 senior decision makers. So that ranges from real estate commercial agents to developers to like I said, other representations of other cities, mayors, city council members. We had several of our city council members who actually drop in, support our table, talk about some of the projects that we're showcasing. We had our development guide, and we were also able to capture interest through our QR codes that you see in the photographs. This is what they scan to allow us to know if they're in the city of South Fulton, if there's any projects in particular that they were looking at through our development guide, so that our team can follow up with one-on-one consultations. Next slide. Our business amnesty has come to a close on June 30th. Was our grace period ended with the amnesty workshop. I do not have the numbers just yet on how many businesses actually took advantage of the amnesty program, but we did do a workshop that we collaborated with the Community Development and Regulatory Affairs Department. And also in the left-hand corner, you'll see a picture of interns that the city of South Fulton, we had our first time interns to actually join us this summer, and they supported making sure that we get our businesses that were not in compliance with licensing. So at that workshop, they were able to engage with our planning and zoning office, code enforcement, and then to also just learn about the SAGE government assistance. So a lot of the businesses did not know how to navigate SAGE and to understand the steps to becoming compliant with the city. So we had that hands-on one-on-one support through our team as well as the CDRA team. Our newest employee, Adriana Echoes, helped lead that presentation. So again, when I tell you she has hit the ground running, she has been an awesome addition to our team, and to continue to collaborate with our other partners as far as departmental engagement is what we're looking forward to with future programming. Next slide. Coming soon, we will be launching an interactive business directory. So our business directory is something that we have received. So our advisory boards have been hitting the pavement and going out and doing BRE visits. The BRE is business retention and expansion visits. The feedback that we have been receiving and actually noticing with our data is that a business directory is something that they would love for the city of South Fulton, have requested for the city of South Fulton to actually launch as another marketing incentive. So in relation and to actually build on the business licensing compliance, you have to be a licensed business in the city of South Fulton to make this directory. This is a free opportunity. They do not have to pay any fees or anything. All it is just giving us their information. This will also help support Google optimization. So as you know, we're trying to make sure that Google identifies the city of South Fulton, not that these areas are just where businesses are located as College Park, Riverdale, and Fairburn. We want them to acknowledge that they're in the city of South Fulton. So us helping to assist this with the business directory, that they will actually identify in this directory that will connect them, of course, to their Google Analytics page. We're trying to make sure that this is a strategic plan to make sure that we get as much optimization as we can through Google as well. So the official launch of the new business directory will be November 1st. We're targeting November 1st due to the small business Saturday is actually, I believe, the third Saturday of November. So we want to make sure that we promote, optimize this for Small Business Saturday. Though you will see through our LinkedIn pages, through email marketing, where we're asking businesses, even if they're not currently a licensed business in the city of South Fulton, they have time to be licensed so that we can connect them with our business directory. So again, the form and everything will come live on August the 15th. Well, they have to August the 15th to be included in the initial launch, but this will be an ongoing directory where we will be promoting, and it will be active, just for businesses to be visible, get discovered, and of course, grow in the city of South Fulton. Next slide. It's that time of year again, so new classes are coming up soon. So if you are familiar, our Economic Development Office have connected with, we have collaborated actually with the University of Georgia Small Business Development Center. This year, we're going to launch our 4th annual cohort of these small business development classes. So the City of South Fulton Business Accelerator Program will be conducted August through November 26th. Through November of this year. We have 5 sessions, and I will share that information. We are finalizing the details of that. This year, we wanted to add a little bit more of incentives. So this year, you will have a certificate of completion that is presented from our department and also through the University of Georgia SBDC. You will also be recognized through our 4th annual South Fulton Impact Awards this year of all businesses that attend and complete all 5 sessions, and featured as a small business spotlight in our economic development website and social media planning. And also you'll be prioritized with, future business resources, workshops, funding opportunities, and economic development initiatives. The newest highlight to that is our business growth drawings. So we wanted to make sure that we kind of also, as you can say, almost a little bit like sweeten the pot by offering certain packages to secure, just their growth through community sponsorships and, just professional business services. So through these drawings, they will get marketing assistance, business coaching, chamber memberships, also what is not noted, capital access, consultation and so forth. So we want to make sure that not only through these classes that they can be connected to partners and other services that they may not be able to afford on their own as their business, but we will actually send out opportunities for sponsorships to major partners that we have collaborated with through the Economic Development Office. So again, just really looking forward to this new cohort, adding them to our impact awards where individual businesses will be recognized, will be another incentive and asset. So we're really excited about that. Next slide. And that's all that concludes my presentation.
Do we have
Teresa,
any questions?
I have a question. For your directory, will people be able to go up and sign themselves up in the directory, or do they have to go through your office to do it?
Yeah, so they will receive a application to apply for the business directory, and it will be approved through our department.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have one question. Is there a particular date that they're going to be active before you just, start adding in the extras if they're in by August 15th?
Yeah, so the actual launch date is November 1st. And we're beginning with the already licensed businesses that are in compliance with the City of South Fulton will be in the initial launch.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? Seeing none, we'll move on to the city managers and council
I'm sorry,
report.
I had a question. I'm sorry, I was on mute. Teresa, are we doing the sessions with University of Georgia this year? Small business?
That's what I was talking about with the new classes. That's what you did.
Okay, that's the cohort that you were referring to. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Mhm.
Any further questions?
And I believe Trevor has a update from the Red Oak District before we move forward.
I don't have any further questions. I have more of a statement. Teresa, you mentioned the recognition of the city of South Fulton, like Union City, Riverdale, and the surrounding cities. And I just kind of wanted to let you know that as a realtor, it's an ongoing um, direction that I'm going in with some of the realtor software apps that we use. The city of South Fulton is not recognized yet. And the city has been a city for 9 years now. And I'm not sure why LoopNet, CoStar, Crexy, and some of our other um, commercial and residential apps have not identified the city of South Fulton yet. But it is my mission that I am definitely working on to get us acknowledged in the systems.
Thank you, Ms. Mentor. Yes, and that is exactly why we want to use this tool to support that effort. We recognize that, and we have received feedback from businesses through surveys that, of course, Google optimization recognized, of course, these already established cities prior to city of South Fulton just being at the advantage of only 9 years. But through research from our IT team internally, we found out that if we use creative tools such as the business directory, it will help support Google recognizing the city of South Fulton moving forward.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. We'll move on now to the city manager and council report.
Before we go there, James, I think
Oh, I'm sorry,
Trevor has. I'm sorry.
Apologies, Trevor. Sorry, Trevor.
All good. It's all good. Good evening, SFDA board and guests. I'm here today to welcome you all to our final Farmers Market Friday, which will be held this Friday at 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It'll be at Siloam Church as normal. This particular one, because it's the finale and because it's in July, we gave it a barbecue theme. So we will actually be having food trucks that are from 3 different areas, 3 different regions, Texas, Georgia, and the Carolinas, to bring their barbecue to us. And we would love to have each and every one of you come by and show your face and come enjoy some of the food and the activities that we have there, and would love to see you there this Friday.
What time, Trevor?
4 p.m. to 8.
Trevor, do you mind sharing the flyer real quick? Just a little glimpse.
Yes. Let me pull one up. Forgive me, I didn't already have it pulled up. Ooh, I have one of the old ones, so I'll just share that one for time's sake. Ooh.
I have it. I'll share it.
Oh, forgive me, I got kicked off.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So it's July 17th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Siloam And they put a really good twist on the entrepreneurs that will be participating in this Food Truck Friday. The flavors are from Georgia, Texas, and Carolina. So if you have time to check out their finale, please do. We'll be looking forward to hosting everybody.
Yes, thank you.
It looks great. Looks really good. Okay. I have a place to go when I head from work on Friday. Okay. Right. Is that the end of his report?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's go to the city manager council report. Is ACM Davis here? This one here.
She sent her apologies. She is delayed. She should be joining us in a little while, but she's not on just yet.
Let's go to committee reports. First committee report, the activity committee.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Our activities report is that each committee member has attended various FIFA events that have taken place both within and outside of our city limits. Another report that we wanted to make is that Phyllis and I attended the launch of Invest South Fulton, and this was on June 16th. And now Invest South Fulton was founded by Nicole Gilliard, and she's a CPA by trade. And Invest South Fulton is a non-politically driven, I want to make sure that I mention that, 501c3 nonprofit. The premise of me mentioning this and bringing this up is that Invest South Fulton strives to build long-term economic infrastructure, and it strengthens underserved businesses and communities. And that's specifically the 8 cities that surround us, to include South Fulton, of course. Based on the information presented, Ms. Gilliard is highly interested in presenting to all of the development authorities, okay, specifically ours as well. And she would like to introduce Invest South Fulton. She would like to define the collaboration that she also has with Invest Atlanta, and she would like to explore alignments with our board, our authority, as well as some of the programming that we offer, such as the small business classes that Teresa just mentioned with UGA. She's going to be providing some of those resources as well. So I mentioned this is because my recommendation is that we invite Miss Gilliard to present to this board to explore what Invest South Fulton is really all about and what her nonprofit is essentially offering our city. So, questions? I know that was a lot, but for the sake of time, I wanted to go ahead and introduce that and make that recommendation.
I think that's something we could take up at our next meeting.
Okay.
Let's discuss getting that on the agenda for next week. Should come do a introduction at our August meeting.
Okay. All right, perfect. And I will yield to my co-chair to see if she has anything that she would like to add. Miss Phyllis.
Thank you. I think you did a great job in relaying Invest South Fulton and their goal. And I like the fact that, and hopefully we can have her on the agenda and do some collaboration as a board and as a community with her organization. But thank you. You did a great in getting the information over. Appreciate you.
Okay. And
Right,
Dana, you
next-
have a question?
Good.
Thanks, Phyllis.
Dana.
Mr. Chair, you're supposed to be calling the question and for recognizing of hands. So Stacy,
I couldn't see you. Kind of
let
small on
him
my
do
screen.
that. Let him do that.
No,
But
sorry.
anyway,
What's
That's
the
okay.
biggest three?
I just want to make sure that we're on point for parliamentary procedures. Y'all know how I get about these virtual meetings, but my question was, just for clarification, are we saying that we're gonna have an invitation go to Invest South Fulton to attend the August meeting? Or, Mr. Chair, are you saying that when we get to the August meeting, we're gonna set a date to invite them? Guys, I think there was a little confusion into what you were actually saying. I don't
What I
care
was
what
saying,
either way, I just want to know.
I was thinking we could invite her to the August meeting.
Okay, so then
Invite her.
the invitation is gonna go out from Stacy to her?
It can come from me. I can do the
Whatever.
invite.
Okay. Whatever is easiest, if you need us to work with you with that, Chair Reese is
Yeah, I just
perfectly
need
fine. Just let us
we
know.
can get it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay. And one final point as well. It's not really activities, but it falls under our purview. We have a planning commission meeting scheduled on the 15th this week. And we will make sure that everyone has the public notices that have gone out, specifically the cases that are going to be brought so that the board can review those in advance. And I'll send those via email. And that's all public information, so.
Thank you. Next committee, Civic Engagement Committee.
Okay, as far as the civic engagement is concerned, as Teresa had said that we went to the ribbon cutting for the UPS store in Cascade. We also went to Big Mama's on Roosevelt Highway. Just want to give a shout out to Stacy and her sister for handing out food with our great nonprofit known as the Urban Food Movement. They did give a produce giveaway at Burdette Park last month and did an awesome job. And as you know, most of you guys know I'm in New York right now, but I made it home in time to get to the New York Knicks parade and got to celebrate as personally knowing the captain of the team, Jalen Brunson, because his mom graduated from my high school. So, enjoyed it, had fun. And it was not on the expense of the city.
Okay. Any questions for the Civic Engagement Committee? I'm not a
No,
Knicks
I'd
fan.
just like to say that September, we're sending a lot of prayers to your way and lifting you and your mom in prayer, and that, we're here as a board. If you need us, call on us. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Our next committee is the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Finance Committee received the June financial materials, including the financial reports, bank statements, and proposed 26-27 operating budget and an invoice package. Everybody should have received that in their packages. From a financial standpoint, the authority remains in a strong position. We currently have about $2.9 million on deposit between the operating and reserve accounts. Under the fiscal 25-26 operating budget of $215,000, year-to-date expenditures remain within the approved budget at about $70,000 per the reports. We also received some invoices, and I would ask Teresa to help me go through those because some of those she may have a little bit more information. Under the budget this year for fiscal 26-27, that number is $181,000, a little bit below the 215,000 number. I'm not sure if Dana, you have any insights on that, but Teresa, if you could help us with the inverse package, that would be very helpful. Is she on?
Yes, sorry, I was trying to. Yes, so the invoices that to be up tonight is Martino White printing for name tags at 95.56. That was in your packet. And then we have an invoice for Ed Wall for financial services, financial advisory services. You have that amount in your packet as well as the current May invoice. And then last but not least is imprint for your t-shirts. Those are the pending invoices for approval.
Has everyone had the opportunity to review the invoices? I see Dana has a hand up. Go ahead, Dana.
Mr. Chair, I hope everybody can see the Martino and White is for our name tags. We talked about this at the prior meeting, so I ordered them. I have them in my car, so when we meet in August, you'll get them. But it's the name tag. It's a little bit bigger than what we have. I don't know what my camera is. And then it goes like this. So this is what that fee is for those for everyone. And then the other invoice for the shirts for 4imprint.com is for our polos with our actual new approved logo on it. And so before we ordered them, we needed to make sure that it was approved by the board. I think that's what Assistant City Manager Davis wanted to have. So that's why that invoice is in the packet. And those are the only two that I think Ed Wall's invoice is, we've asked him to send them to us monthly if possible, so that we don't have them stacking up and piling up like they were a couple of years ago. And then we didn't know which fiscal year they went into. So he has been kind, and he has been submitting them to us. So I think that's the most recent one. I don't think we have any others that'll be outstanding other than that one.
Right, thank you.
Do we need to make a motion to go ahead and approve those invoices?
Yeah, and
I have my hand up. I have a question.
Phyllis, I see your hand, but
What color are the t-shirts?
oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get a picture. They have to be white. Let me tell you why. Because our logo, the yellow and the yellow and the bluish color doesn't show up well when we did it on black. And so it didn't show up that well. And then for some reason, the dark gray, we didn't like how it came out when board member Mays and I were looking at it we used the brand name that Mr. Chair wanted us to order. So that limited our colors to black, white, and a charcoal grayish color. I'm trying to figure out if I can.
Have we ordered them already in white?
No, we have not ordered anything. That's what this receipt is for. Us
Okay.
to pay. When we approve this, then they will pay it, and then they'll come. I think it takes about 7 business days before we get them.
So it sounds like you're saying that white's the better choice, but I personally don't like white. That's just me.
I don't like white either, but unfortunately, that's the only
Even
color.
the gray didn't look good, the dark gray. Now that's just me. I heard you say you don't like white, but everybody else might be okay with white. I mean, I'm gonna go with what you all
black,
decide.
But I wanted the black, but you just couldn't see. It just didn't stand out on the black shirt.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
well, it is what it is. Definitely not the gold. I hate the gold that we already have.
Oh no, we didn't do gold.
okay. September has a question.
So did we only look at one company for those shirts? Or
no, I looked at 3 companies for the shirts. The best price was 4imprint.
Okay. So I guess most of us probably don't want white. I know I'm not a white person either. Not a white shirt.
The company, the issue isn't the company. The issue is the logo, the way that our new logo has the, whoever's running the slides, can y'all go to the very front page? I think the logo is on that very front page, so people can see what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay, so you see that the sun and then these roads or whatever on a solid black, they don't really stand out that much because they fade in. They're not that bright. They fade in. So it doesn't look, when you're standing there, you know, in all this dark south, when the blue and the green, it just doesn't show up well on a solid black. That's why. Now, gray, I feel like gray, the issue with gray may have been the actual brand shirt. And I think it's OGO or OGO or something like that. That's the brand that Mr. Chair wanted. And so I think that brand, they didn't have gray in either the white for the women, or gray wasn't available for the men. I can't really remember. This was like 2 months ago when we first started looking at it. But that was the issue with gray. So
I hope we can come up with any color other than white. Y'all can wear, you can get everybody a hot pink.
Hey, Phyllis, you had your say. Stacy, your turn.
Thank you. Could we consider maybe even a cream color, something like a bone? Because I do see, you know, with the yellow, the ray, right? When we were looking at colors and t-shirts and whatnot, with our apparel, cream or bone color, could that be an option? Do they even offer something that as such? Because
let me look and see. I'm actually in it.
and then another thing is with white, you know, I mean, we're gonna have to make sure that those stay clean all the time. I mean,
You ain't the only one.
yeah, so
I know
I
that's the first thing
agree.
James said.
a cream
So
or a bone might be able to kind of shield some of that.
these are the colors that they have: navy blue, royal blue, white, black, and graphite. So I think that's the charcoal gray color
Mm.
for women. Now let me go back and see. And that was, so we were getting a long sleeve and a short sleeve. So the short sleeve comes in a red color, a blue mist, electrical blue, spar blue, navy, white, gridiron green, and black, and then they call it diesel gray, and it's a very, very dark gray. Those are the colors they have for the women. Let me see what they have for men. Short sleeve, hold on. The men's short sleeve, it's a hunter green, hydro blue, electric blue, white, black top, signal red, which is like a dark ruby, and flare orange, and grit green.
So one more question.
So if
Dana.
you want me to look at gray, I can look at gray. I can call the rep and ask about gray. The price will probably be the same. But before we can get them, we need approval by the board. So if y'all want me to go back and get gray, or try to get the quote to see if they can do the same shirts in the size in gray, I can do that. It's not a problem. It's just that if I do wait till the next meeting, we won't get the shirts ordered in time for us to go to G to get them back in time. So, but I can ask about gray. I mean,
I'm open to any color other than white. Whatever y'all decide to go with other than white.
Likewise. And would it be possible for us to have, like, similar to how our South Fulton shirts are, would we be able to have like a shirt that just has basically like almost that iron-on type of thing, where it has that white background so the colors will pop? So we could have a long sleeve.
oh, you mean like a screen print shirt? Well, we had, these are polos. These are embroidered shirts. So that was what the embroidered, but yeah, we hadn't gotten that far down the line yet. That's I guess the Kimberly Mays question, because she is on the vision committee.
Yes.
So you know, I'm just the assistant getting the quotes, and we upload the logo, but I don't know that we've gotten down that far down the line. But yes, at some point, I think that would be a great idea to get a press on or heat transfer shirt.
Okay, real quick, Nkosi, go ahead, your turn.
Yes, I don't have a problem with white. I can keep white clean. And second, do you have the sizes already? How are you going to go about that?
I
I
can
think I
follow
sent
up.
y'all, I sent everybody an email asking for sizes. Did you respond to it?
Yes.
Yes, and then I have, I think that we have all the sizes. So yes, whatever size you responded to, is what we have.
Okay, good to go.
And I can follow up in for timing purposes on the final proof of the shirts so that the board, we just need the invoice to be approved. So I can follow up, after the meeting or, just to connect with board member Tucker Davis and Mays on the final proof of the shirts.
And I make a motion that we approve it.
Let's finish discussion. Hold on, let's finish discussion.
Okay, all right.
Let's finish discussion. Stacy, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Just go ahead and add, maybe we should add blue, that electric blue to that list, Dana. Because I'm looking at your shirt and I'm looking at the logo. Surprisingly enough, that may work. That may be an option. So that's it.
Okay.
I got an idea. The logo, is it possible to outline the logo in white, almost like a white background on the black?
So we're not
That
getting a press on, we're actually getting
I
embroidery.
understand
So
that,
are you
but I'm
asking
saying
me,
the
then that may
outline,
change the price because they would have to embroider white on it and
yeah.
then put the other color on top of it. So that might change the price.
I
But
mean,
I
maybe,
mean, we'll look at gray and we'll look at electric blue to see
And black.
that they got the sizes. Because your question is what they have our sizes. That's not because they have the colors. I'm on the site looking at the colors now. So
okay.
Dana, I didn't get to give you my color. I'm sorry,
If y'all could put your colors in the chat, and like I said, we could make sure that we get proofs for everybody to look at.
not colors, you mean their sizes.
So, Dana, I don't remember how much the quote is. Can we do a motion based on the amount and indicate that we need amount to pay for the shirts? That way we don't have to be as specific about anything else.
That was what I was suggesting, that we go ahead and approve the expenditure, and then we can deal with the color when it comes down to us looking at it and see if they have the sizes. So yes, we can do that.
What was the total of the invoice, current invoice? What's the total?
That's what I was suggesting. So the total invoice is $1,230.27. And we could do proofs on what the color of the shirt is to finalize that. But for today, we just need approval of the invoice amount. And that's
And to clarify, that is for one short
on.
sleeve and one long sleeve per board member. So it's not just it's for 18 shirts.
Won't that price change if you're gonna do the white in the back of the logo?
Well, that's what I said. We shouldn't do that because that's gonna make it more expensive.
Okay.
We should just change the color of the shirt itself, not the way they do the embroidery.
So why don't we just round it up a little bit to say 1,500, not to exceed 1,500 expenditure for 2 shirts, 1 long sleeve, 1 short sleeve, and then we can move on.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's how much? It's 12 and some change now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I
say
got a motion to approve the expenditure up to $1,500 for the polo shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, and we'll deal with the colors later. Can I get a motion to do that?
Yes, I motion that we move forward on approving the current invoice to 15, and so that we can move forward on colors later. So I do motion that we vote on the invoice tonight.
I second.
All in favor,
Wait, can we restate that? Because we're not actually approving that specific invoice. We're approving the expenditure of $1,500 for the shirt.
I'm sorry. I thought I said 1,500.
You said 1,500, but you said invoice, and we're not moving to approve that particular invoice because the invoice will change.
Okay, so I need to motion that we vote on a $1,500 future invoice
Or up
and
to
not to
15.
exceed up to 1,500
Not to
for
exceed.
the shirts. Did I get it right, Kim?
We went around the block. I think we get everybody get the gist of it, correct? That's what we're doing.
Circling
All
around
in
the
favor,
block
say
on
aye.
that.
Aye.
Aye.
We got a second?
Aye.
I
Who
second.
seconded it? Oh,
Okay.
Stacy.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hand.
Aye.
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 All opposed?
I trust
No?
you all.
Okay, that's approved. Now let's look at the other invoices. Let's get approved for the other invoices.
Mr. Chair,
Current
I
cost.
move that we approve the expenditure for Martino and White to pay for the name tags.
Get a second.
Second.
All in favor,
Second.
raise your hand. Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
That passes unanimous. Now we get a motion to approve Ed Wall's invoices.
I move to pay Ed Wall, our financial advisor's current invoices.
Get a second. All in favor, say raise your hands. Show of hands for aye.
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 Opposed? That's unanimous.
Well,
We're gonna move to division. Thank you, everyone. We're gonna move to division ad hoc committee.
No. We had to approve the
budget.
budget.
yeah.
I'm sorry. My apologies. I thought we looked at the budget last meeting. My apologies.
But I guess my
let's
question about the
go on the
budget is the budget is supposed to be 215,125,000.
Well, no, the budget is 181 in this document for 25, 26.
20, we're not
I mean,
doing
I'm sorry,
20
26, 27. I'm sorry.
26, 27.
That's the document that was provided in the package.
Okay.
Is that the correct amount, Dan? I know you worked on the budget.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that now. I'm trying to figure out, let's see. Yes, $181,000. That's correct.
That's the correct amount?
Correct.
Okay. Can I get a
You want
motion
to put it on
approve?
the screen, or do you want us just,
Put
everybody
it on,
has the packet?
Can we put that on the screen? I know the other ones we didn't because they have account numbers on them. So we put the budget on the screen so everybody knows what the items we're speaking of. Is that possible?
I
have
can
it
put it up
right
on my
here.
computer. Hold on.
I got it up right here. Can I just get the ability to?
Let me just check it real quick because I think it has internal account numbers on it.
Oh,
Oh,
it does.
yeah, it does. It does have internal account numbers on
It
it.
does.
Yes, so no. Yeah, but everybody should have a copy of it.
I can read
Okay.
it out for everybody so everybody know what we have. So we'll know if
Which
you don't have
I can read it out since I prepared it. So under the first line item, for expenses, we have professional services. That includes, attorneys. We've estimated $60,000 for the fiscal year. Financial advisor, 24,000 for the fiscal year. Audio visual, 14,000 for the fiscal year. Photographer, 2,000 for the fiscal year. And insurance, 12,000 for the fiscal year. Web maintenance, 7,500 for the fiscal year. And then miscellaneous that may come up, $3,000 for the fiscal year, for a total of $122,500 for the fiscal year. Then next is advertising. We have allocated $1,500 for the advertising for the fiscal year. Separate from advertising, we have $5,000 for printing. That would be things that we need to have printed. That would include our shirts that we're trying to order. Well, that'll be any new shirts that we get next year and any materials we want to hand out at any events or whatever. So that's included there. Travel, 16,000. That includes 11,000 allocated for JITA and then another 5,000 for trade shows. And then education and training, $4,500. for training for the board members. And then for our dues for GTA membership, at $500 a piece, is $4,500 for the fiscal year. And then meetings for our meeting meals and other costs that may come up, we have allocated $7,000 for the fiscal year. That is a maximum of $500 per meeting, and we have 10 meetings a year, plus other meetings. I think this year we've had a couple of other meetings outside of our normal meetings, like a joint meeting with DDA or whatever, and that's an additional $2,000 for those meetings, for a total of $7,000. And then our board retreat, the facilitator, we have allocated $2,000, and the venue $3,000, for a total of $5,000 for the calendar year, fiscal year. And then for special events, we have allocated and anticipated $10,000 for our share of the bus tour costs, if we share them like we did last year. And then any other events would be up to $5,000. So if that's a $15,000 total expenditure for the fiscal year, making our grand total of $181,000 in proposed expenditures. And then we're asking for the city to budget us and approve us for $181,000 as an allocation. And so those are our budget amounts. We submitted these to the city for budget considerations that started in May. And I believe that will be presented at some point in August to the board, to the council at the retreat maybe. So anyway, so that is included in the packet. So we are aligned with the actions of the city departments as far as budget submissions. And so we thought they were gonna have some changes and edits, so we didn't get you guys to approve it until after we found out that it has been included in the packet. So we're asking the board to approve a budget for fiscal year 26-27 of $181,000.
Can I get a motion to approve the budget at $181,000 for fiscal year 26? Hold on, we got a question, excuse me. September has a question, go ahead.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. What made the city decide to reinstate the authorization to give us money? Even the 150 that they said that they would no longer give us, and what made them increase the amount to this 181,000? Because initially it was 215. So what made them decide to reinstate the
We don't know. We don't participate in those discussions or conversations. So we submitted our budget proposal last year. We submitted it almost a year late. We submitted it and we got approved. And so they did approve it when they did a budget amendment. Mr. Chair and myself went to the council meeting for that. And then to be on time to make sure we didn't have those same problems or any issues this year, we submitted it. So the 181,000 hasn't been approved yet, is what we're asking for. We don't have any indication that it won't be approved, but we won't know that until after the presentation to the council for the entire city budget. So we don't have any idea why they did or didn't approve. Let me say this. To my knowledge, they have not declined any budget requests that we made to them. So when you say what made them change their mind, I don't know that. I think we heard rumors that they would say they were not going to fund us. And as a result, we didn't submit a budget request at all for fiscal year 25-26 until this year, when it should have been submitted last year.
So no, okay. So I have a second part to that, but no, it wasn't rumors. It was actually brought to the city council directly when Helen Willis was councilwoman, for them
She
to no
made a
longer.
statement that she didn't want to. She made a statement not to fund
They
us.
actually made a vote. They did a vote on it.
But we didn't have a budget submitted for that. So I'm trying to tell you, September, we didn't.
No.
submit a budget.
I'm not saying that we had a budget at all. They were saying that they no longer wanted to fund the development authority. So that
Correct.
was why I asked that.
They did say that.
So being that they've decided to go ahead and approve everything with us, and they're actually they're opting to look at our budget, are they going to basically say in place that they're going to replace or renew their MOU with us?
We have no idea what they're going to say. We have not had any discussions about an MOU with them in relation to the budget or anything like that.
We have ACM Davis on the call. ACM Davis, could you answer any of those questions, please?
Absolutely, thank you. I appreciate your question, Member Cooper. So just for clarity, the council has not reinstated funding the Development Authority. Just to give a recap of what occurred, the council did not continue the $150,000 per year funding for the Development Authority in this last budget year due to the fact that the Development Authority was had a good bank account to cover the account costs. And so at the time of the budget process last year, as the city does every year, make sure that they're making financially responsible decisions on the budget, they felt that it was necessary to, it was not needed to fund the Development Authority because you all were able to fund yourself. So what's happening with the budget that's occurring now is that you have set your budget similar to what has done in the past. However, what's happening is the funds will be coming from your account. Why we have to take it to council to include it in the budget process is because the account is tied to the funds under the control of the city. And so in order for you to expend the money will have the account, I'm sorry, the budget has to be approved through council to authorize the extraction of the funds for your purposes.
Okay,
So it's only it's a pass through, so to speak.
Okay, yeah, we have been told otherwise, Carmen, that the money that was in our account was our money because we had not been given money from the city. And so the city, once they voted to say that they were no longer funding us, then our account was independent basically of what we needed to do, and our budgets would be agreed upon through the Development Authority itself, not through the city of South Fulton.
Right, and that's exactly what's happening. But in order to expend it, it has to funnel through the city because the account has come through the city. The funds
So,
come to the city for you all to spend.
Okay.
so let me make a statement. The budget that we submitted this year in 2026 or retroactive for that we should have submitted at the beginning of the budget year for 2025 to 2026. We didn't submit a budget, and so the city was automatically giving us $150,000 without a request. I mean, without a budget submission request. We were asked, I think in January or February of this year by the city manager to submit a budget, and we did that. That was a $215,000. Of that, on the budget that we proposed, the entire amount of 215 was not coming from our monies that we have in the region's account. And when it was presented to the council, the budget did not have all of the allocation coming from our account. So it wasn't a total pass-through. We were making up the difference between the 150 and the $215,000. And so if you look at the minutes of the meeting that we attended, when they approved that budget, there wasn't anything that said it was a pass-through or that all of it was coming out of our account. It was approved based on what we submitted, and we submitted, I think 60-some thousand was coming out of our account. Hold on, I'll tell you the exact amount. Yeah, 65,125,000 of the budget would come out of our account, and then 150 would be allocated from the general fund. That was on the budget that we submitted back in February or March of this year. And so I just wanted to clarify those numbers because the entire 215, 125 was not coming from our region's account. And from my understanding, they were only going to tap into our region's account if we went over the 150 up to 65,125. And that's like, as I've explained it before, our credit card limit is the 215, 125. If we spend all of that, then you've gone up to our limit. If we don't, if we just go to the 150, my understanding was that was coming from general fund because the general fund account number was on the budget submission as to where that money was coming from. Now that's different then, we can look at that, but that was what my understanding was, and that's why we attended that meeting, the council meeting. But 65, 125, almost like a third of it was coming from our our monies and the other was coming from the city budget.
Right, I appreciate that. Maybe I'm not doing a good job explaining, but what I will definitely do is get an explanation and send the explanation in writing to make sure we are all clear on that process. And so that you and Teresa, if you can help me better articulate this, in the past, you did submit a budget to the council. It's just that the staff prepared it for you. Am I right, Teresa? I wasn't here, but I just want to make sure if I'm understanding that correctly.
We prepared a budget based on the allocation from the city.
Right.
So it was it was based on the proposed 150,000 that was the initial budget outside of what's outside of the SFDA account. So the proposed budget did not reflect what was in the current account of the SFDA. It was always proposed from that proposed funding from the city.
Right.
And
But
when our executive director left, we didn't submit anything. The
Right.
staff that was remaining in his absence didn't submit anything, my understanding, for us to get that. And I think it was added, and that's when Councilwoman Willis said that she didn't want to fund us because we had our own money, we need to do our own financing. And so there was no allocation approved for us.
Correct. And
What happened?
that's where the question came in, Dana, because once city council voted to no longer fund the development authority board and told us to use the money that we had in the development authority board accounts, then that no longer kept it available for really the city to step in because the funding was in the board account, not in the city of South Fulton accounts. If that
But
makes
that's not correct, September. We were not approved for any spending at all. We had zero on that budget. It means we couldn't spend zero, whether it was our money or their money. We were not approved.
I get that. I get that.
So when we submitted to ask for approval to spend money, because what was happening was the staff was spending it from their budget. It wasn't coming from anywhere other than their budget, and their budget wasn't sufficient to cover our expenditures. So we submitted a budget to get spending approval of that. We notified them of how we wanted to cover that from the income accounts. One was general fund and the other was our region's account.
So
And that's why it was allocated in two different sources to cover what it was.
that.
So originally, so we had to do an amendment. So you said what made them change? You know, we just asked for the money. We had explanation. We attended some meetings, and then the city manager presented that to the council. And then when the council meeting came, we were present to answer any questions, and then they approved it. At the time when they approved it, Councilwoman Willis was no longer on the board. There wasn't any opposition to our request.
Okay, because I was at the meeting where they did the vote to say that they would no longer fund us. And so that was why I asked, did we renew the
And
MOU?
that was last
Did we
year.
replace the MOU?
Mr. Chair, please, if you can allow me to make sure I get clarity on this, and I will definitely send the explanation of the budget process and where we are with that, based on the council's decision on the budget. Allow me to do that because I may not be explaining it clearly, but I will definitely get with our finance team to clarify the whole budget process with the development authority.
Okay.
And I'll send that explanation in writing, and I will share with all the members.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll
Stacy?
make sure we document it to make sure we're all clear.
Stacy, your question.
Thank you. Budget is definitely a point of contention here this evening. Looking at this, the professional services, right? We discussed previously, and I know I specifically said I hope that we can find value and understand the value in the trade-in conference representatives, okay? I really would like to know where we landed on this. And this is a two-part question comment. The reason why I want to know where we landed with this is because we are allotting $5,000 for trade shows. with an additional 5 in special events, right? Those special events, it's not that we can go into that. That's almost just like allocations, right? With hypothetical calculations, $5,000 essentially limits the opportunities that we're going to be able to take advantage of. Okay. Prime example, ICSC. Okay. What about obtainable housing conferences that are essentially taking place now that we're not even entertaining? What about the workforce development opportunity that Nkosi mentioned a few months back? Okay, those are just examples. But I really want us to find out and just talk about where we landed with that trade and conference. Because once again, we all have regular jobs and we can't attend some of these things. So I just want to find out where we landed with that.
So
think-
if I can speak to that, Stacy, we did have that those amounts in the budget. As you all know, we have a subcommittee now, or a separate committee that is 4 members of our board and 3 members of the council, along with Assistant City Manager Davis and Deputy Executive Director Parhams. We met and we talked about that. And to be honest with you, we were told they were not going to fund it. They don't think we need it. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. That's not our task and responsibilities. When we get a executive director that is assigned to us, because they have presented us with a restructuring model that they want to restructure our board and our development authority, that person will be the trade person that goes where we need to go. There is a question as to whether from the city as to whether or not there's any value in attending those things. While we think there is one, especially I'm an advocate of that. That's not the sentiment of the city. And so they want us to have a full-time person that's going to cover that. And when we get to the proposed reorg, we can talk about it. But that's why we sent it out to you guys 2 months ago to say, look at the reorganization that this committee, not the committee, I'm sorry, the council and the city are proposing to do with our board. And so the goal is to have our own, and they don't have a title for the position. It would be a separate executive director just for us, not for the 7 boards. And that person would attend, and they would attend these conferences and trade shows and all of those things for us. And there is some trade-off, and we'll talk about that when we get to talking about those proposed changes. But the answer we got was that wasn't something that they wanted us to spend taxpayer dollars on at this point. Same with the bookkeeper and the CPA. We were told the city is not going to allow some contractor to have access to city records. They're just not going to do it. They don't care how we word it. The RFPs, I don't even think went out because they were never approved for those reasons. Nothing on our side. The city just said no. So because of that, those amounts are not included in this proposed budget. And
Okay.
Mr. Chair, you can confirm or add to, my interpretation of what was said to us in those meetings.
What you said was correct. We were told specifically they did not want us to have anyone looking at their budget. That was the main point in what the city manager said to us. And none of those things will be approved by them. She was correct in saying that. She is correct in what she said. That came from the city.
I thank the both of you for giving that explanation.
So that moves us.
So do we vote on this budget or not? Or we wait? Because we wait till we get an answer or clarification from the city, then we won't be in this meeting. And so I think we have to have everything. It was already inside of the packet, but we wanted to have this vote before the August 4th or 5th, whatever day that they're having their retreat. So are we going to have a call meeting just for the budget? Or are we going to vote on this one? I don't know. I'm confused.
I have a question because At the end of the day, the budget still has to be submitted, no matter
That's
where
right.
the funds are coming from. So I think we need to get this budget approved so that whether it's coming out of our account or it's coming from the general fund, this is still our working budget, correct?
Correct.
It is.
If I can say, my statement of giving explanation is not to hold up your process and approving the budget. I think it is necessary because we are in the process of preparing the budget for council's hearings. So definitely, if you're, in the place of uh, working on your passing the budget or approving the budget tonight, it is necessary. My explanation was not to hold this up, and it should not hold it up. It's just to make sure we know the clarity of how the funds are being used and processed and managed.
Okay. With that being said, could I get a motion to approve the budget?
I move that we approve the proposed budget for fiscal year 26-27.
Good second.
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Uh,
All opposed? One absent, one opposition. That passes 8-1. That's approved.
Who abstained?
Abstain, no. It wasn't a step, it was a no. We got one no. Stacy, was that a no?
That is correct.
Okay. We got one no. 8-1. Next item on the agenda is new business. We had review of the proposed restructuring of development authority. When I look at the document, Dana, that's not the document. It's the community benefits plan and the criteria for abatement. The restructuring
Oh,
was
that
not
was
that.
that was the only documents that I got from Teresa. So,
those-
so they were together. One was uh, so the council representative on that committee gave us the proposed restructuring document, a physical document. So, and then we got the community benefits proposal on how to do it, how they want us to do abatements from the city manager, and that was also a paper document, but Teresa emailed us, so I just forwarded her email. So if it's not on there, then we don't have it, and then we need to table that part until our August meeting.
We need to
But
table
as far as the community benefits one, I think that one was on there.
Yeah. Could I get a motion to table that item to the August meeting?
I'll motion to table the item until August.
Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. We will table that review of proposal restructuring of development authority till the August meeting. Second item is review of proposed community benefits agreement. That is a document everyone received in their email. I have quite some comments on it related to based on what we are responsible for and based on in a community benefits plan, things we need to keep in mind. As we looked at as I looked at the document over and over, I kept thinking about anything that any developer doesn't agree with, anything, they can walk away from us and go to Fulton County. Bottom line. And there's nothing to prevent them from doing that. There's nothing that prevents them from doing that. So in doing a community benefits plan, we need to be careful in a sense of what we're requesting, because again, anything they disagree with, they can walk. Seeing that Fulton County doesn't have community benefits plan in their abatements at all. So I think that's something.
Where are these where is this coming from? I have just curious.
This was given to us from the council and the city manager.
It didn't come from the council, it came from the city, that came from the city manager. So,
Okay.
we have a committee that the mayor wanted us to have in the council. And so we participate. I think we have meetings once a month. We've had 2 meetings, I think, maybe 3 meetings. And so in that meeting, the city manager has said that she wants us to she wants to give us a criteria for doing tax abatements. And she wants us to give, if y'all read the document, she wants us to give 60% of all the tax abatement income to the city for them to do whatever they want to do with it. And so I think there is an issue because it's supposed to be for a certain, we supposed to be able to do, use the tax abatement income for certain things. And I don't think just, it doesn't cover infrastructure. Infrastructure does not, is not, we can't buy help build a fire station with it and police, because it doesn't help economic development purposes. I don't think, I think statutorily we're prohibited from doing that. And so that's the issue. The document that came to us, they want to control how we grant abatements. They're asking us to collect financial information from the developers. They're asking us to do all these things that I don't think we need to even have in our possession to tell someone that we want to grant a tax abatement or not. On the one hand, in the meetings, it said, oh, well, they can go to Fulton County without anything because it's gonna be rubber stamped. And we want to be, that's our competition. So we want to be able to get the business or get that from them, but then we want to put all these criteria in place. So, I mean, there are things that are in the, and for whatever reason, Teresa, when I try to open it, I can't really see all the pages. I just see a piece of the page. So I don't know what's going on with the document that was in the email.
The document itself is, I think it's 7 pages. And
I can't, I can't get it. It's just,
can you go back to your original? Because I pulled it off your original email, is where I pulled it from.
well, that's what I was trying to get it off the email, but for some reason, I can't get it off the original email. So,
our basic issue, my basic issue is, I'll tell you this is personal, for me is our goal is to promote trade, commerce, industry, and job creation. That's the basics of what we do. And this document does not do that. It takes us into a total different direction. And under state law, statutory state law, we cannot. It would not allow some of this. It wouldn't allow a lot of this. And so
It'd
that's
be
what we
great
got.
for us, Mr. Chair, Chairman Reese, and board members. I will state I don't have copies of these documents. It would be helpful for us to review it, and also for Ed Wall to review it, because there's clearly just we have to just make sure all of these recommendations are permitted under you're a statutory development authority, so we have to make sure that we're not doing anything that's not aligned with the development authority's law, state law, and other things that we have to, so we have to tread very carefully here.
Isaac, I think these are the 2 documents that I talked to you and I talked to Ed about when we first got them, and I asked for an opinion, a legal opinion, about both of them. I think we've talked about it, and I'm not sure, but so, I mean, I'll resend them, but we talked about the legal opinions that I wanted, the memos on these 2 things, but I'll resend it. I thought we were going to talk about that in executive session.
Yeah, we can talk about it. For some reason, I may have missed. I'm sorry. There's like a feet. I'm hearing an echo. I don't know if you all can hear the echo. But for some reason, I don't know if I received copies. I think we had some back. Well, we can just discuss in executive session. I mean, there's no rush. Or we can discuss this offline as well.
I was on mute. Excuse me. Do you want to table these items, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, I was saying I was moving to table a vote and discussion on the proposed community benefits agreement until after we have had advice from counsel and advice from financial advisor. So I would table it to our August meeting.
Okay. And Kosi?
Oh, I just wanted to I was going to make a comment about it. Seemed like that makes us, based off of that, makes us a funding source for the city, whereas we were initially talking about having the city giving us funding or not, but now we're giving 60% of anything that we were able to create, give it to the city, but nothing comes back to us and they're not going to fund us. So we just become a funding source. That was just an area of concern that I just want to mention.
Okay,
Yeah, we have lots of concerns about the proposal.
we do.
Which is why we wanted some legal advice, and we can get that in a separate meeting, because advice from counsel, I think, is something that we need to be making decisions based off of.
Right.
So, but I had made a motion and I don't know if anybody seconded it, so
We didn't
motion
hear it.
probably died, so now I gotta make it again.
Yes, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry, I
Well,
missed
I
that.
made the motion, but then you called on Nicosi and he didn't
That
second
was
it, he
my,
made a
that was my, that
discussion.
was my, that was my, error.
That's okay.
Take the
So I
motion,
move
please.
that we table discussion and a vote on the proposed community benefits agreement until we've had advice of counsel.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Unanimous. We will table that until we get advice from council. On to our, we have added item to our new business. On the August 4th meeting, that's the same night, I understand, is National Night Out. And so we are likely going to have to move that meeting to another date. I propose we move it to August 11th, the following Tuesday. Is that, everybody look at the schedules, if August 11th will work for them?
It's a city council meeting scheduled that.
Oh, okay. Monday, the 10th? Everybody check the schedule. Any thoughts on August 10th, Monday, August 10th?
It works for me. It's
I'm
in person,
available.
right?
That works.
It works.
August 10th is clear, so we'll move our August meeting. Can I get a motion to move the meeting to August 10th?
I'll motion that we move the meeting to August 10th due to National Night Out.
I second.
A motion, okay, all in favor, say aye. Show of
Aye.
hands.
Aye.
That motion passes. Old business, we do not have any old business listed. Thank you, everybody. We have any old business listed. Teresa, you want to talk about JITA?
I know everybody received notification that JITA registrations have opened. I have all board members that responded to the email of wanting to attend. So those registrations are complete. And we're currently working on overnight accommodations. We'll have that finalized and individual board members will receive confirmation of that once that's completed.
Okay. And next time, ICSC on October 19th, 20th.
Yes, as everyone know, the International Council of Shopping Centers at Southeast is going to be at the Georgia World Congress Center. If you are interested in attending, again, same process. We would just go ahead and finalize the registrations of that event. And then I didn't know if there was any details of setting up a booth. I think that was mentioned at the last board meeting, but if that is something that I need to follow up at a later time, I can do that as well.
And thinking of the booth, do we have our collateral? We had talked about the collateral regarding the banner and tablecloth and items. Dana, do we have any updates on that?
Oh, sorry. No, I started working on it, and then I think I was gonna say sorry. Board member, Secretary Mays and I were looking at what we wanted to do, and I think board member Miller indicated that the place was set up and break down, so we were trying to find something that was easy to do with that. but we have some ideas, we just haven't finalized it. But we need to have it before October, because we don't take anything to JETA, correct? Or are we having an event at JETA?
We don't have a table, generally don't have a table in Gina either.
Okay, so then it would be ICSC. That's what we're working toward, ICSC.
Okay.
Question, Teresa, does the city have a table? Or does economic development have a table at ICSC?
No, our team attends and divide and conquers through that
Okay.
event. Mhm.
Okay.
But I have a diagram for the board to look at the August meeting for the table and stuff.
Okay. Any other items on that? Okay. If not, can I get a motion to go in executive session for real estate, personnel, and legal?
I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss real estate, personnel, and legal items.
Okay,
Okay.
Teresa, at this
Everybody-
point,
Just pause for
Right.
just a second. We'll be prompt on the transition to executive session.
they will be sending us a link for executive session. Everybody check your emails for the link for executive session.
Do we stay on this one or leave this
Do
one?
we,
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yep. That's what I thought.
On your screen.
Yep.
Who seconded that motion? Anyone?
I'll second it.
Did anyone second?
No,
No.
no one seconded.
Do I have to repeat it?
Thank you.
No.
Seconded.
Do I have to repeat it?
Good, repeat the motion.
Make a motion to go into executive
Make
session.
a motion to go
for
into
real estate,
executive
personnel,
session.
I get a
Stay
second.
and
personnel.
legal.
I give a second. And legal.
And I second it.
so
And
do
I
we
second
just stay right here?
All in favor, say aye.
Here. Aye.
Aye.
All in favor, say
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Phyllis,
Opposed?
Phyllis, they should send us a breakout link inside this Zoom.
Send us a breakout link inside this Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
There it is.
Okay, thank you.
There it is.